A very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining in our session today on corporate breathwork. We have a very special trainer from Breathwork India, a non-profit organization, Mr. Suresh Kundappa, who's the founder of Breathwork India, with us to take us on a journey of this breathwork. I would briefly take a couple of seconds to introduce you to the speaker today, to the trainer today, and then we can move on with the session. Suresh Kundappa is the founder of Breathwork India. Suresh has about 30 years of experience in teaching meditation, breathwork, and mindfulness. Mr. Suresh was featured in International Yoga magazine as one of the top 50 teachers of meditation and breathwork. So far, we have conducted more than 50K workshops across the global, aided by a network of more than 7K mindfulness and breathwork professionals. Mr. Suresh is a senior entrepreneur and a corporate leader with an experience of 25 years across Asia, North America, and Europe. Hi, Suresh. Very good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on this session and agreeing to do this for us and all the employees from our esteemed, clientele that we have here today.
Good afternoon, Shiv, and good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all can hear me well, and grateful to all of you for joining us today, and thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this session.
Great. Thank you so much. And over to you, Suresh, please.
Sure. Give me a second. So, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining once again. Before we start, it's only right for me to kind of thank organizers, Ethika, insurance folks. Without them, this couldn't have happened. And special thanks to Shiva, who's taken a lead to set this up, and to Venkat, who's been coordinating with us and all. And I'm just excited and looking forward to share whatever knowledge I have gathered over years. So let's kickstart. And wherever you are, however placed, house, office, I do not know where have you all logged from. Before we start session, I just want to let you know all that find a relaxing space, because we are going to do quite a number of techniques, exercises today. Find comfortable space. You can sit, you can stand, you can even lie down. I'm okay with whatever, but the comfortness is the best, bet for all of you. And again, thanks once again, and let me kickstart. So quick, I think Shiva had made my introduction already, so I'm not going to get into talk about myself much, but let me start with a couple of stories today, set the agenda right for today's breathwork session. Stories are very important, and these stories I'm going to share with you are like Zen stories. In Zen, stories are the way you can make somebody aware. Now, it's very interesting. In Zen, they won't tell you the meaning of story and why, what is the story. Nobody explains. They'll tell you a story, or they'll tell you a haiku, and they say, hey, this is it. And I believe thousands of Zen monks have become enlightened just by stories. So Zen, haiku, and stories are very big. So a good example of Zen haiku is a frog jumped out of the water and there was a splash. Simple. A one sentence, and you could see many of them get it, many of them don't get it. We won't get in there, but it's for some other day to talk about Zen and things. So my first story to you is a very important one. Years back, I'm an avid tourist, travel a lot, partly for National Geography, partly for adventure. So I landed in Manas Sarovar with a mentor there, and climbed Manas Sarovar. It was a beautiful morning. and sat there for meditation. And then, me, I was really excited, years back. I just wanted, like everybody else, get up, scream, create a sound, create an echo from mountains and see, hey, can I hear my name back and all like that. My mentor very calmly told me, Suresh, sit down. This is a time to sit and meditate and live in this moment. And then I sat down with him, and then idea was to not chat, just watch. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, a blue flower, which is uprooted in the mountains, in those mountains, in the icy mountains, the smallest flowers grow. It has been uprooted, a small blue flower. And it has come up because of the wind. And then it's floating continuously. And then he said, look at it. And then I kept looking, and then it just swirled around us to the wind. And finally, it landed on my lap. And I didn't say anything. I was just totally taken by that atmosphere, moment, beauty. And he said to me in a very calm voice, have you ever thought that both of you were meant to meet at this moment today? And that flower is already uprooted. I was born somewhere else. The flower is born somewhere else. But that moment, it's almost over, that flower life, because it's uprooted, but it's landed on my lap. It's as if a last gift. It was a great gift of that moment. Today, we are all meeting for a reason. I hope, we all grow up somewhere. I have done some things, you have done some things in your career, in your life. And we have got together in this moment for next 1.5 hours. I hope in this seminar, you will find some moments which you can take away, like the way I took a moment from flower and transform my life. That's the beginning of this whole breathwork session. And I want to tell you a second story before I introduce you to. Okay. So I have been a active National Geographic photographer apart from my corporate world. And then while I was shooting in one of the jungles for this wildlife, I had a tribal guy who was my guide, to help me capture the wild animals. And he gave me a company for first 2 hours, and we were sitting and waiting near a pond to shoot beautiful animals. And then he looked at me and said, I don't think you'll be ever able to shoot anything good. I said, why? You're very noisy. I said, no, I'm not even saying anything. I'm just sitting and watching. No, you're very noisy. Your breath is very noisy. Your mind is very noisy. Your body it's very noisy. You're not relaxed. If you're so much noisy, the forest, the universe will not support you to take a photograph. I was really taken back. He said, you don't have the stillness in you to take a photograph. And then I went back without taking any photograph, and then work with somebody on my breath, on my stillness, calming mind, calming thoughts, relaxing in body, and went back again to the same guy. And morning we started and said, hey, you're less noisy today. Maybe today is your lucky day. That's what he said. And then out of magically, which I'm going to show you now, with sharing the screen now. This is the photograph some of you can see. A tiger is what I took, which featured in National Geographic. I really didn't take that photograph. It was presented to me. I was totally at that moment. It came, it just looked at me for a moment, and I just took that photograph. It was almost like a gift. And today, I'm going to probably trying to help you to get the same gift. How do you become less noisy? So let's kickstart today's workshop with a brief introduction to breathwork. What I want to do is actually introduce you to a small 5-minute breathwork introduction session. I want you all to, wherever you are, sit, relax, sit upright, and let me take you through the couple of videos, tools we have developed for you to enjoy. Once we finish that, I'll give you a little bit introduction about the breathwork. Give me a second. Let me take you through the introduction section.
Welcome to Take a Deep Breath. Over the next 5 minutes, I will guide you through a very simple breathing meditation that will help you relax, unwind, and feel less stress. Let's start by sitting or lying down, and if you like, you can close your eyes. You can simply listen to my voice as I guide you into a deeper state of relaxation. If thoughts come into your mind, that's okay. Allow them to come and go, because all the time we will bring our attention back to our breath. For now, just observe your breath. How is the breath at this moment? Is it shallow? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it deep? Just bring attention to your breath and bring attention to your body. If you like, you can place one hand on your tummy. This will help you feel your breath. Pay attention to the slightly cooler air as it comes into your nose, and the slightly warmer air that leaves your nose. The rhythm of in and out. Inhale and exhale. Okay, I'd like you now to begin to slow your breathing down ever so slightly. Make that inhale a little longer and make the exhale also a little longer. If you can, make that inhale a little bit deeper and extend that exhale a little longer. As you breathe in, maybe add just a little pause before the exhale, and as you breathe out, again add just that slightest of pause before we go back for the next inhale of breath. To know that breath is life and life is breath, and this wonderful gift we have of conscious breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. Not worrying if our attention is taken elsewhere, because at any point we can feel the air coming in through our nose and out through our nose, and we can bring our attention always back to the anchor, which is our breath. Many people don't realise we carry a lot of tension in our head. So now, relax your forehead, relax your jaw, unclench it if it's clenched or tight, and relax the little muscles that sit behind your eyes. As we move down through the body, relax your shoulders and scan down the body. And as we slowly scan all the way down to our toes, just sensing anything that might be tight or sore, and relaxing where we can. And remember, if at any moment we start to drift, then back to the breath. In deeply through the nose and out through the nose. Slow conscious breathing like this has been proven to help us unwind, to help us relax, and to help us change our state. And we know, don't we, deep inside, by spending a few moments on ourselves with a practice such as this, we can feel the difference. We feel calmer and more relaxed. Know that this exercise is always with you, no matter what the situation, no matter where you are. You can always breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose and slowly and deeply out your nose. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to open your eyes, but before I do, let me congratulate you and say thank you for taking some time for you today to relax and unwind. Open your eyes when you're ready and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
Take a deep breath. Take deep breath and just be silent for a second. Watch your body, watch your thoughts, watch your breath moving up and down. Thank you. So let me give you now and talk about breath work. What is breath work? And why do you need a breath work? Do you really need one? You don't need one? You know, breath work is not some esoteric science. It's something, breath is something we can't do without, basically. Incidentally, the definition of both life and death is defined by breath. Life is when you take your first breath. Death is when you take your last breath. In between, we take a lot of inhaling, exhaling, and a lot of breaths. Breath work is a conscious attempt to pay attention to your breath. Now, entire your body system, physical system, works on, oxygen. You have to take oxygen in. This oxygen enables multiple functions within your body. It will help your cells grow, heal. It will help you to pump blood. It will, help you to digest. It will give you strength. The whole oxidization process gives out carbon dioxide. We leave it out and it is used by plants and others. So there is an enormous give and take happening, whether you want it, whether you like it, whether you don't want it. You're already part of this breathing. There's the whole universe is breathing and you are breathing too. And it's strange. If you look at of all the functions in your body, you do a lot of things autonomously. You move your hand because you want to move, you move your leg, But your breath keeps on going, whether you want to do anything about it or not. Breathwork has been a conscious effort to pay attention to your inhale and exhale. Now, breathwork over a period of time, there is a school available in every religion, every practice of science that breath has played a very important role. And then they have made quite a research on it. They have studied a lot about it. And there are many schools of breathworks there. Pranayama, for example, yoga, has paid a lot of attention to it. In fact, prana is the breath force, yama, the second is controlling and manipulation of that prana. Pranayama is a big school. In Sufism, there is a school of zikr practitioners, the whirling dervishes who play on breath a lot. In Christians' essence, the underground movement of that is a school of breath. The musicians across the world have paid attention to breath to really hit the notes rightly. Sports persons train very hard to kind of manage breath. The reason why somebody should practice breath work is for multiple reasons. The one is, your health, obviously, which is the first important thing. Your overall physical health is always in a better shape when you breathe deep. Normally, an average person breathe around 20,000 probably breaths every day. And then your average time is probably around 2 seconds to 3 seconds. There are probably 30.2 million cells which kind of use in our body this breathing techniques. Now, various reasons why you need to do breath work. For example, one of the first thing I can say today, I think, is physical performance. Your body, your physical energy, your physical fitness, you can improve with breath work. By breathing well, you can improve your lung capacity. Your lung capacity gives you quite a number of physical energy to do. You can manage your mood pretty well. The mental activity of moving from happiness to sadness to ecstasy to depression to positive to negative. Your mood management can be excellent with breath work. Breath work can help you get more clarity and focus on your thoughts. It can give you an awareness of your thoughts. One of the constant struggle everybody is thoughts come on its own, and how do you choose a thought on your own rather than thoughts coming directly? And it can manage pain. I think every one of you have observed that anybody in the hospital, the recovery mode, be it physical injury, be it any other sickness, the first thing you will notice is help them to breathe well. Give them more oxygen, make sure that they breathe well, because once the breathing comes back to normal, they believe the healing will start. The healing process starts from the breath work. So breath work basically is required for a combination of all this to heal, to improve your mental well-being, for your physical performance and things. I will talk about your energy and breath work a little later, but the key component of breath work are three of them. The key component of any breath is, one is inhalation. You inhale breath deep inside, and that is the inhalation. You take breath inside. Then you exhale, you leave breath out. That is an exhalation. The third part, which most of you may not practice because you're commonly either inhale or exhale, is holding breath. The holding breath is a very important component which is missed out, and holding breath really helps to improve your lung capacity, your breathing capacity, your ability to breathe deeply. A lot of people are yoga practitioners or maybe sports practitioners, musicians, people who are in their specific areas which requires their breathing exercises practice, but generally, most of you don't practice. There is an important component of balancing breathing. That is, at any point of time, you may not know that you actually don't breathe through both your left and right nostrils. You actually breathe either through your left nostril, majority slide through right, And at some point you do through right and through left. The balance between the breathing of left and right nostrils actually decides your own balance, the mental and physical balance. And the good way to recognize is that whenever you're low on energy, whenever you're feeling a little bit down, if you breathe more through a right nostril, typically you tend to kind of build up that energy, build up that enthu back. A lot of times when you're distressed, depressed, you're stressed out, the left nostril breathing kind of help you to relax and cool. Between energy and relaxation, both of them required on day-to-day life, you need a good amount of energy to kind of work, to do things. And the second one is you need a lot of relaxation, calmness to achieve whatever you want to do. I think there needs to be a balance. One of the first important tricks you can learn with breath work is, how do I ensure I breathe through my nostrils, both my nostrils, well throughout the day? How do I not breathe from one nostril more and one nostril less? Even if you practice for 5 minutes, either in the morning or evening, an alternate nostril breathing, which you can take it from the left side and leave breath from right side. Similarly, take it from right and leave it from left side. You will see a tremendous balance coming back to you. You know, many of the speakers, you know, if you are going into a very important client engagement, you're doing some development today, you have an interview, you have to meet somebody, or something important thing you want to do, the left to right, right to left nostril breathing brings back you into balance very quickly. Such kind of balance can help you to gain both mental and physical balance and help you to focus more. In the interest of today, 90 minutes time, I'm going to introduce only 4 or 5 good meditations, but I hope we will have a continual of series where I can take you through many of them, though I intend to talk about it at the end of our session. Right now, I want to introduce how do you, for all of you, today is Friday, in second half, there has been a whole week stress on you, and then there is a Friday stress on you. Let's see if we can bring back both left and right nostril breathing back together. So me and my friend Daniel have created a nostril, alternate nostril breathing session. In yoga, it is called Nadi Shodhana, but it is used across in shamanism. It is used across in holostrophic breathing. It is used in Sufism. It is used in Buddhism, in many areas. So before we start, wherever you are, I would like you to do a couple of things, and it helps for this thing. And if you can see me, you know, just put your hand locked up like this, and then stretch it up a little bit. Push your hand up, and then take 1 or 2 deep breaths. It helps to physically remove any discomfort here. And then just move yourself right and stretch completely as much as possible. Move it as much, don't hurt yourself. Move to your left leg similarly way for a second and stretch yourself. And then take a 1 deep breath through your nose and leave through your mouth as much as possible. Now, a couple of do's and don'ts for you. At any point of time, you feel stressed, either in terms of breath or body, stop it. And just sit quietly, watch your body, watch your mind, watch your whole being. At no point of time, you're going to put any stress on your body, mind, or breathing. And second thing, if you miss instructions, it's okay. If you don't hear a voice properly, it's okay. Just get back to it as and when you hear it. The idea is to relax as much as possible and learn as much as possible. And I hope that even if you do a couple of times following her instructions well, you will end up learning and make, a lot. And these are things you can practice anywhere, like the first one, just taking a few deep breaths, leaving it out. So let's jump into now exercise on alternate nostril.
Nadi Shodhana. This practice is best experienced sitting upright, so take a moment to adjust your posture. Feel into the symmetry of your body. Ensure that there's an even distribution of weight at the base. The feet are evenly placed beneath the knees. And gently bring a length into the spine, open up the back and neck, shoulders down and back. And take a moment to get your bearings. Notice where you're sitting, the room you're in. Closing your eyes, notice the feeling in your body. And now our practice of Nadi Shodhana will begin. So bringing the hands up to the eyebrow centre, gently blocking the right side of the nose and breathing into the left. And out to the right. Breathing into the left. And out to the right. Breathing into the left. And out to the right. Breathing into the left. And out to the right, expelling all of the air from your system. Keeping the right side open now. Breathing into the right. And out to the left. Into the right. And out to the left. Breathing into the right. And out to the left. And breathing into the right. And out to the left, allowing all the air to leave your body. Hand down in your lap. And breathing in through both now, long, thin ribbon of breath. And exhaling through both, allow all of the air to naturally stream from the body. Breathing in through both. And out through both. And breathing in through both, feeling the breath flood the body. And breathing out through both. Hands up to the eyebrow centre, gently blocking the right side of the nose. Breathing into the left. And out to the right. Keep the right side open, breathing into the right. And out to the left. into the left, and out to the right. Into the right, and out to the left. Into the left, and out to the right. And into the right, and out to the left. Allow all the air to stream from your body. And breathing in now through both. And out through both. Breathing in through both as if you're breathing down the central column of your system. Breathing out through both. Breathing in through both. Breathing out through both. And take one big yogic breath, filling from the pubic bone all the way up to the collarbone, and hold the breath. And exhale. Allow all of the air to leave your body. And now allow your natural breathing rhythm to re-establish. You may be able to notice that your natural breath has become a little bit deeper, a little bit longer. You may have noticed that the activity in your mind has become more relaxed, at ease, less tugging for your attention. And feel your breath naturally moving in and out of your body, much like the waves draw up onto the shore of your awareness and then draw back out into the ocean of the atmosphere. With every breath, you exchange life and life force with the world around you. Very gently now, bring your awareness back to your physical body, sitting in the chair. Feel the contact between the parts of your body and the chair itself. Become aware of your feet touching the ground beneath you. And when you're ready, send a very gentle command of movement to toes and fingers. Start to move toes and fingers, becoming more and more aware of your skin, of the dimension of the space around you. You can rub your hands and generate some warmth with the friction of the rubbing, and hold warm hands over closed eyes. And track your awareness towards that warmth, back into the face, back into the eyes, back into your interface with the day. and our practice of Nadi Shodhana is complete.
Stay closed, eye closed, stay still as much as possible. Keep watching your breath as much as possible for next few seconds. Thank you. Thank you for participating in alternate nostril breathing. Now, alternate nostril breathing, you can do for a minute, you can do for 30 seconds, you can do for 2 minutes, how much ever you feel you can do. The moment you feel, the trick is very simple. If you feel that you're low on energy, close your left nostril, breathe in a couple of seconds, 30 to 40 seconds through your right nostril, and you'll see that there is a difference of energy. If you're stressed out, you need to relax your head and body from mental tensions or whatever it is. Breathe through your left nostril, closing your right nostril for 30 to 40 seconds. You will come back to kind of a normalcy from where you can take it forward. Now, before I go into the next topic of energy and breath work, I believe some of you have raised hands. May I request you all that let me finish this session of a few talks and techniques and keep a majority of the last minutes, 15 to 20 minutes for question and answers. So thank you. So today let's talk about energy. Energy and breath is a marriage made in heaven, basically. There are three kinds of energies, basically, we can talk about we can make it into buckets. The first one is mental or mind. The second one is body. And the third one is spirit. Let's address each one of them, that how is that breath work can affect you in these areas. The first one is obviously the mental one. What does breath work do for your mental state? Challenges of mental well-being in an existing scenario is your stress, inability to focus, ability to stay calm, ability to, eliminate thoughts which kind of keeps coming to you. For example, you fought with somebody, and then come back. You're just not able to get out of that vicious cycle because that fight keeps playing on it. There is a problem at home, you come to office, and that thing is again playing on it and things. How do you, if a mental state is a clean white slate, there are many thoughts which are running around on that slate. And if you write it on it, like it looks really like some kid scribbled on it. How do you make it into as much as a clean slate possible? Breath actually brings you back to balance. And there is a reason for it. There is an important secret of breath, you can call it, I can share with you, is that if you need more energy, you always have to inhale more. So inhalation, the more and more inhalation, lift your energy. More and more exhalation kind of relaxes you. So inhalation lifts your energy, exhalation relaxes. But if you hold your breath, you just don't do anything, then your thoughts kind of dissipate and disappear quickly. You will immediately feel a vacuum. Let me give you a couple of examples of it so that you can remember when did you really stop it. If any one of you have been to swimming pool and got underwater and then try to hold thought, very rarely you can think about anything else other than holding thought. You want to come up. Even if you want, you can't do anything. A lot of you drive vehicles in the thing, and all of us have faced it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a dog or somebody comes in front of us and we put a sudden brake. And you can, when you put the sudden brake, I mean, for probably 10, 15 seconds, you go kind of blank and you stop actually breathing. You go into a vacuum. And another important thing is, why is laughter is so much therapeutic? Have you ever thought about it? Go back and revisit any of your jokes and laughters. When you are laughing, you can't think about anything. And actually, when you're laughing, you don't breathe much. You actually hold and you just keep laughing. At that laughter, your identification with everything inside your head kind of dissipates and goes away. And that's why laughter is so much therapeutic. And that's why, people who kind of laugh often can kind of do breath work much easily. Let's come back to the crying portion of it, right? You just go back and revisit your crying, when you're in tremendous pain. When you are in pain, your identification with your thought is extremely high. On 1 to 10 scale, probably it is closer to 9. When you're laughing, identification with thought is probably closer to 1 or 2. When you're in pain, what? Somebody hurt you, your head is full of that person, that thought, that comment. Something bad happened to you, you are in that moment, engulfed by that thought. And that's why it is very painful. Breath work kind of helps you to know a space where there is bliss is available to you without doing anything. That's from a mental body. Now let's come back to the physical portion. I think physically, many of you don't relax. The reason why a lot of doctors, practitioners insist on you need to exercise a little bit. Either you need to walk, you need to run, do yoga, hit a gym, at least 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day is, you accumulate pain points. For example, I'm angry with somebody, I clench my fist, and there is already a certain pain points in my body. And I'm upset with somebody and it hurts me in my gut. There is already pain point with somebody. I'm sitting on a desk and working for a long time. My back, my leg, it's stuck. Those are all actually body pain points. What happens with these body pain points is they feed you into mental pain points. Whenever you're bodily discomfortable, you will not do mentally well. If you want to do mentally well, you need to relax by body. Breathwork helps you to kind of relax. The easiest way to relax your body is use your hand, just keep a hand on your chest, take 2 deep breaths of inhale, exhale. Keep your hand on stomach, take a deep breath. Then close your eyes, observe your knees, observe your toes, observe your hand, and breathe at each point. This is called progressive muscle relaxation through breath work. And you'll immediately relax body. The moment you relax body, then you can actually access your mental relaxation very well. Breath work helps you to relax body-wise through vigorous breathing, by holding, and a deep exhalations. So we have covered mind. We are saying why you need for a body. Now we need a spiritual kind of an energy. Now, what is spiritual energy? This is not a religious connotations here. When I talk about spirit, I talk about qualities like, are you kind enough? Do you feel kind often? Do you feel compassion often? Do you feel an overwhelming feeling of love often? Do you feel just happy for no reason often? These are all the qualities of spiritual energy. Often you finish your breath work and you start from home You see yourself after a days of practice and catching happiness out of nowhere. You're sitting in a bus traveling, you kind of keep humming a song, and you walk into an office for no reason. You feel like just jumping and shaking and just feel like dancing. There is a constant, and happiness keeps searching for you. A constant a peace, a calmness keeps hunting for you. That is what I call a part of spiritual energy. And breath work kind of enables and helps you to access that. The moment you are calm, kind, compassion, and then mentally you are very relaxed, you're focused, and you're physically, your body is relaxed, then you are in a totally different space. Now, there is a lot of you might have read a book by Rhonda Byrne on secret. It's about manifestation of positive thoughts and things. The single most important element towards manifestation of your desires or dreams is your mental, physical, and spiritual bodies are aligned, are at same place, and the manifestations accelerates. So this is from a portion of a spiritual, a mind, and then a mental relaxation, physical relaxation. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an extremely powerful meditation. It's called Wim Hof method. My dear friend Wim Hof, who was here trained in various facets of meditation, kind of worked with us to develop it. Now, Wim Hof method breath work consists of 3 stages. The first one is inhaling breath. The only you make effort in inhaling breath. If you look at me, I'll inhale to, I inhaled and then I leave it through my mouth. Just one single ha. You're not going to make any effort towards exhalation. All your effort is towards inhalation. You take a deep breath. It's a deep inhalation and exhalation. After 30 to 35, this thing, we will ask you to hold your breath. Now, holding your breath, don't go into extremes. Is there an air escaping from my nose? Is there air escaping from my mouth? Don't worry about it. You hold in a normal, relaxed manner. In all these exercises, there is only one single request to you is be aware of your breath, be aware of your thought, be aware of your body. Whatever it is telling, or if you just got escaped into thoughts, just bring yourself back into breath. If you got, twitching, you can't sit, get it. If you miss a beat, if you miss breathing, it's okay. Just bring it back in. While holding breath, you can't hold for more. That's also okay. Just let go and then try to hold it again. Enter this exercise. I do not want you to put any stress on yourself. This is one of the most powerful breathing techniques to bring back a balance in your body, mind, and spirit together. I usually, whenever I used to conduct this meditation, I used to request, people say, bring your own mat, bring your own t-shirt, bring your own, clothes to do it. We say, bring your own God for this meditation. It doesn't matter whatever is your beliefs. It doesn't matter what is your divine beliefs are. At the end of it, bring them to this breathing technique, because this is your space to access that spirit. And at the end of this breathing, I'll just pause and play 2-3 minutes of just a music. I want you to just observe yourself, relax, without thinking anything about it. So this is called a Wim Hof breathing. And let's get into it. And please enjoy this process and don't put any stress on yourself while I'll dig this file and put it. Have a good journey.
Lay down on your back and make yourself comfortable. You'll be taking 35 circular breaths, followed by an extended breath hold, breathing deeply, completely filling your abdomen and lungs, then letting the breath go. No need to fully exhale, just let go. All right. Round 1. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Fully in, letting go. Into the abdomen and let it go. In, out. In and out. Stay in the rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In, out. Fully in and let it go. Good. Keep going. Feel your abdomen rise like a wave and let it go. Fully in and letting go. Deeply in and out. Fully in and let it go. Into the abdomen and let it go. In, out. In and out. Fully in, letting go. Good. 10 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. Like a wave. You're almost there. Five more. In, out. In and out. Last one. Now stop. Just stop. 30-second breath hold. You may feel a tingling sensation in your fingers and toes, or feel lightheaded. No worries, that's normal. Keep going. Get ready to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds, and gently push the air up to your head. Squeeze your belly and your neck. Hold it and exhale. Good. Round 2. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Fully in, letting go. In, out. In and out. Stay in the rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and out. Like a wave. In, out. Fully in and let it go. Good. Keep going. Fully in and letting go. Deeply in and out. In, out. Fully in and let it go. into the abdomen and let it go. In, out, in, out, fully in, letting go. Good. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and out. 10 more. Fully in and out. In, out, in, out. Fully in and letting go. 5 more. In, out, in and out. Good. Last one. Now stop. 45-second breath hold. Be in the moment. There is no need for breathing. Oxygen is still flowing throughout your body. You are safe. Okay, get ready to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds and gently push the air up to your head. Squeeze your belly and your neck. Hold it. Good. And exhale. Feel your muscles release. All right. Round 3. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Fully in. Letting go. Into the abdomen and let it go. In, out, in and out. Stay in the rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and out, like a wave. In, out, fully in, and let it go. Good. Keep going. Breathe in, breathe out, fully in and letting go. Deeply in and out. Fully in and let it go. Into the abdomen and let go. Fully in and out. Good. 10 more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and out, like a wave. You're almost there. Five more. In, out, in and out. Last one. 1 minute breath hold. Let your heart rate slow down. Good. Let the relaxation spread to your fingertips and toes, to the base of your head. No worries. Your body is at peace, and you can just let go. Okay, get ready to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. And gently push the air up to your head. Squeeze your belly and your neck. Hold it. Good. And exhale. Just let go. Newest videos and resources. And please
Let's stay closed, eyes closed for a while. You're in a very fertile space. You've done a fabulous breath work. I want you to take a minute or two to kind of just feel what's happening to you, whatever the dreams, desires you have. You can use it as a prayer or just sit quietly for next few minutes. And while I play a music for you, just relax, eyes closed to see what's happening with you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been a beautiful session. I have another 20 minutes, although I had a couple of techniques more. I don't think I'll go into it. I want to talk to you a little bit about your workspace. How can you calmly connect and create? Because that's important to all of you. And if there is time, we can talk about it. Before I get into it, there are two other techniques which you can try. I can brief you. What is it called? The first one is called a box breathing, and box breathing is very helpful if you have if you're standing somewhere in bus stop, if you are just sitting in bus and waiting to go home, or you have some time where you're sitting on your desk and nobody is there. Box breathing is very simple technique. Box breathing is used in the Navy SEALs in US military to kind of bring very hard-working military soldiers into a kind of a balance. And I do this training very often to our Indian soldiers too. So box breathing is simple. Assume a square and then you breathe on the one side of it, let's say a 4-second square. You take breath in, 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4 in, hold it for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then exhale for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold it for 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's basically inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold. That's why it's boxed like this. Now inhale, hold, exhale, hold. This is a good technique if you are into sports, if you are into running, if you are into any kind of physical activities intensively. This exercise can help you get back your breath and energy very quite quickly. Another one exercise is which I really wanted to conduct, probably hopefully in the next session, is called a 4-7-8 breathing. This is almost called a natural tranquilizer. 4-7-8 breathing is usually called a natural tranquilizer, for sleeping. All of you find difficult to have a sleep. You might sleep, but a deep sleep is what rejuvenates body. Unless you find the deep sleep, most of you feel dull, draggy, kind of sleepy at workplace. 4-7-8 breathing is done very simply before sleeping. I mean, it's something, don't try to do it in the morning. It's a good time, it's just before sleeping. 4-7 breathing is very simply, 4 is inhale, 4 times you inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale. Hold it for 7 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, last count 8, you have to leave it through mouth. 8 counts of leaving breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So inhale through mouth, hold, exhale, inhale through nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 7 counts, exhale through 8 counts through mouth. So let me show you 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 counts of holding, 8 counts of exhale. If you do it for around 3 to 4 minutes before sleeping, you relax your mental and physical body tensions and you tend to get a very good sleep. It's also called a baby's technique because I do not know, but now you can go and observe how many of you have observed. You go back and watch any kid sleeping, probably 2-3-year-old kid, up to 2-3, you can see their belly rising up very high and down and all like that. Every mother, everybody in the family members loves to watch kids sleeping because they're so in depth they breathe. And you watch any others around them, any other adult sleeping, you can see their belly rarely rising. So the breath is stopping at the chest. So the more deep you breathe, the sleep becomes very intense. Now, this is all 2 techniques I think you can try. Quickly, in the interest of the time that I want to talk about workspace. I want to give you a few examples of how workspace breathing actually contributes to your creativity, focus, a better output. Let me give you a few examples of how collective breathing influences you. Imagine yourself going to a temple, a mosque, a church. You just enter. Suddenly you can see that the face changes, the body changes. People are just relaxed. Everybody is into prayer. You feel that there is a kind of deep relaxation. Everybody feels, I felt so relaxed. I went to temple and came back. I did my namaz today. I felt very relaxed. That's a collective breathing. There are hundreds of people same relaxed as you, and you're pushed into that ocean of collective breathing. Go to a graveyard. Go to a hospital. You go to a hospital, many of you cannot stand there for a minute. I feel suffocated in the hospital, that smell, that people, that patients, because everybody is shallow breathing. They are in pain. And you can't stand. You go to graveyard, you feel tremendous pain. Half of them cannot stand. This is collective breathing. When you are working in an office, your collective breathing almost tells you what kind of atmosphere you have in the office. I mean, many times you feel that you meet somebody and say, I don't know, what is it about him? Kind of, he turns me off, she turns me off. I can't stand him. I can't do that. The moment you come near to some person, it's an energy. It's just that your breathing changes more than his breathing to kind of a shallow and you can't stand. And there is a beautiful Sufi story that uh, says that, everyone have heard of Laila and Majnu. And one of the guy asked Majnu, hey, Laila is so ugly. Wow, what is it that you liked about her, that you're marrying her? I don't understand, why are you head over heels with her? And then the Majnu replies to that person, you need to have my eyes to see Laila. In your eyes, she's not beautiful, but in my eyes, she's beautiful. You need to breathe like me and her to feel the love between us. He says that both of them breathe in a same rhythm. And that's why there is tremendous love. Half the time you see people who are in love, you can see the deep love. Half the time you're in fight and anger, you see shallow love, breathing. If you find a way to talk to, let's say, your colleague, if you're a boss, if you want to communicate something very strong, if you do in a calm breath manner, chances are you communicate without hurting them. You take an anger and communicate to them, I think that piece of it will never go away. The relationship with you will be asymmetric breathing. At the same time, if you are in a room trying to solve a problem, and if you can take a deep breaths together, the chances are you are in sync to come into a solution very fast. And we have done it at Microsoft, we have done it at Oracle, we have done it at Google, experiments to kind of take a problem which is not solved and put a breath work and then put them into room in 30 minutes, and their time to come together is very fast. So beyond this, what is important is that in a workplace, how you breathe, how you kind of have a calm nature results in how you interact with others and also how others interact with you. And more than anything, that any negative energy is present in there, an anger there, greed there, and somebody who wants to piss you off who's there. Those energies, you can take it within the workspace and still continue to be productive in a very qualitative manner. And these are the reasons why a breath work is essential in a work. Now, breath work need not be where collectively you practice all the techniques I said. Breath work is that you take often a moment to kind of breathe deeply when you are stuck in a problem, you're stuck in a coding, you're not able to crack a solution, you're not able to face for example, an angry client who's kind of pounding you, and you just want to throw it on his face and go away. You pay your attention to breath, and I can tell you that 90% of the time, the other guy will just calm himself and try to see your point. As you can find variety of resistance points at a workspace go away. So the breath work can help you in terms of creation and calm in many ways. Very sorry, we are running out of time. I have 10 minutes. I would like to take some questions, and I had a very good meditation for 15 minutes, but I have to respect time and your time too. Maybe next time. I'll let Shiva tell me what to do for next 10 minutes, and then we can take it from there.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session, sir. Request participants for the session to put in your questions, or you can raise hands if you want to talk to Mr. Suresh directly. I can move you to the panel. You can ask your questions and get the answers for them, or you can put down your questions. If you do not have questions, I think we can use this time to do another technique. In the meantime, I will also take this opportunity to launch a poll for all of you to give us feedback on the session. This feedback will help us curate more sessions like this and bring amazing trainers and speakers like Mr. Suresh going forward. Request you all to take a moment and give us your valuable feedback. And I have a raised hand. So, do you want to take that question?
What is the question, Srinivas?
Mr. Srinivas, you can unmute
Yep.
yourself and ask the question directly. Mr. Srinivas?
Am I audible, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
When a person is suffering from cold or related this one, so can he do all these exercise? Because sometimes the left nostril will be blocking and sometimes the right nostril will be blocking. At the time, how to do this?
So, to be honest, when cold, I don't recommend, but let me give you a simple tip that couple of meditations which we spoke about, especially the last one you did, generate so much heat in body that regular breathwork practitioners very rarely get cold and cough. So once you become a breathwork practitioner, the cold, it's something which goes away. But I would recommend you avoid it. See, at the end of the day, your comfort is the most important. You can't breathe, don't do it. But if you can do it even for a 10, 15 minutes, you can see that whole nostrils open up, whole body opens up, and then you can do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivas, for that question, and thank you, sir, for the answer. We have a couple of questions in the Q&A section. I would like to read it out to you, sir.
Yeah, please.
Mr. Kalandar is asking, what is your recommendation on the Wim Hof method of breathing? I mean, how often one should try it?
See, any breathwork technique, you don't have to do hundreds of them. Any one technique or two technique, a 15 minutes practice a day is fantastic. If you can do twice a day, when you come back, when you finish a day and when you start your day, I think that's good enough. Wim Hof has been extremely beneficial if you are a physically intense person, a sports person or anything like that. For example, I like to run, I like to hit gym, and all my Wim Hof breathing is very essential for me because it increases my lung power, my weightlifting, my running and other things and all. But 10 to 15 minutes is wonderful. 20 minutes is probably the best.
Thank you so much for answering that. And we have another question from anonymous attendee. He's saying, how can breathwork help in restricting negative thoughts?
That's a good question. So breathwork doesn't help in negative or positive thought. What it does to you is it makes you aware of your thought. There is a negative thought and thought. This is a very important answer for you is attention is an antidote to thought. The moment you pay attention to a thought, you know that there is a negative thought. 90% of the thought consumes you. For example, when you're angry, your anger consumes you. The thought itself, if you are able to watch, then thought dissipates on its own. And breath work helps you to bring that awareness to thought. And the thoughts itself is, we don't try to control thoughts, we try to become aware of them.
Understood. There's an interesting question so in the chat box from Sri Lakshmi. She's asking, what is the difference between meditation and breath work?
Again, very good question. Breath work, you can call it as a tool towards meditation. What is the end goal of breath work? I know mental, physical energy. Entire journey of breath work is to bring more awareness in you, bring more mindfulness in you. In breath work, you will become aware of it. See, meditation, there are a lot of techniques, there are a lot of tools. Meditation is a technique-less awareness, unconditional awareness of a present moment. But meditation, breath work can take you closer to meditation. It can deepen your meditation. It can accelerate your meditation progress.
Understood. There's another question in the chat box which reads, what breathing technique would you recommend when someone is very anxious before giving a presentation?
Oh, this is a very common thing which everybody. I want you to know only one thing. Normally, we breathe 2 or 3 seconds in a breathing. Anytime. If we are anxious or if we are angry, our breath is not more than 2 seconds. That means 2 seconds you are inhaling and 3 seconds inhaling. If you want any anxiousness or any kind of tensions to go away, you need to prolong your breathing to anywhere closer to 4 to 5 seconds. 6 seconds is best, 7 seconds is extremely meditative. The moment you take it into 5 seconds, let's say you take 10 breaths, inhale for 5 counts, exhale for 5 counts, inhale for 5 counts, exhale for 5 counts. The moment you do it, the anxiousness almost goes away. You relax about it. And you don't have to always try from nose. You can exhale through a mouth also. Idea is to relax.
Understood. We have a raised hand. Kalandar, if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself and ask
Uh-huh.
the question.
First of all, Suresh sir, thank you so much for this wonderful
My pleasure.
session. Yeah. For this particular Wim Hof method that we just went through the exercise, right? So what I feel is like, if I have to do it, on my own, the rhythm, right, that'll get lost. So is there a way that we can get this recording somewhere? This particular
Absolutely.
portion
Listen,
only. Yeah.
Wim Hof method, first of all, you will get many free
Mhm.
YouTube videos.
Okay.
Second is I'm typing an app here, which is open source and free. Incidentally, I've been one of the contributor and founder for this called Insight Timer. It's a free meditation and mindfulness app. You will get his meditation freely there. And this app you can carry in phone. So as another hundreds of, even our Daniel is there on that. Almost everything I've done, you can access everything freely there. And you can use it day in, day out, and no payment for anything. It's a free app.
Thank you so much, sir.
And you'll get the recording of the session as well from our side.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kalandar. Sir, we have another question which reads: what is the ideal age to start breathwork practice, especially for kids if we want to encourage them?
Again, a fantastic question. I want everybody who's there to listen to this very carefully. I'm glad who asked this, by the way.
It's an anonymous attendee.
Okay, whoever it is, you asked the thing. The reason you do breath work is you have lost a childlike quality in you. Children breathe deeply. The reason they are in a constant state of happiness, motion, energy is because they breathe 5 to 6 seconds and breathe. As and when they start going to school, as and when they start getting exposed to teachers shouting at them, parents telling, do your homework, stand, sit, dress, you start your breath becoming hollow. So 1 to 5, actually, we can learn from kids rather than teaching them. If the kid is breathing there, just watch and sit with them for 10 minutes and you can match your breathing this. But I think the good age to start for a kid, because he needs to understand instruction, is anywhere between 6 and 7. In most of the times, I would say the breathing, in order to expose to kid, don't go by more from a sitting side, go from a physical side. For example, if you make a kid run for probably 5 minutes, his breathing becomes so fast because he's just crossed 5 years and he remembers that deep breathing and he'll breathe for next 20 minutes. So if you make a kid run for 10 minutes between 6 to 8 year old, they're like done a breath work of around 25 minutes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for that answer. There's another question in the chat box which reads: how to control negative and positive thoughts during meditation/breathwork?
I think I answered that thing. We don't control negative and positive thought. We become aware of it in meditation and breath work. The moment you become aware of positive and negative thought, they disintegrate and they go away.
Understood. I think that will bring us to the end of the questions, sir, and also to the end of the session today. I would like to personally thank you on behalf of Ethica and also on behalf of all the participants for, coming in today and doing this wonderful, wonderful session for us. I'm feeling really, really good after the session versus before the session. I was slightly anxious due to a lot of, things, but thank you so much for doing this for us. I'm sure everyone in the session is also feeling a similar way. We are seeing a lot of thank you messages, and from people who are attending this session. Thank you so much, and any final thoughts from your side for all of us, for all the attendees as well.
I think it's been a great session, and thank you, Shiva, for arranging this, and thank
My
you
pleasure.
everyone for participating in this. All I can say is, life is made up of moments which has taken your breath away. It's nothing but collection of moments which takes your breath away. What is more, if every moment is which you can takes your breath away? Collect as many of those such moments, and there is a great inner transformative power in breath. And I'm sure your transformation, only you will see the wonders of it.
Thank you so much for the wonderful thought. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for taking your time and joining in the session today. We'll meet again in the next week with a different session that we're doing on Ayurveda. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. And I believe that you will all start your journey of breath work starting today. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.